Headline News.
That was a pretty good filibuster right there while you were on the Google
Well,
machine.
I did not want to call the pro athlete out, and there's no story about this online, so I'm not going to go there. But it wrecked him. It wrecked him, and I think, by the way, I'll say this. He now has to work, and he should not be working.
I know a lot of guys that have played in the NFL who were great players and made a lot of money that would hit me up for money and be like, hey, can you help me out here and there?
Oh, my God, you get that too?
I was like, oh, man. You're like, you my guy, I love you, but I got my own family to feed. Like, I got enough people I'm trying to take care of.
Damian Woody's a friend of mine, over at the other place. And Damian says, yeah, I get those calls. Because he's really good with his money.
It's really disheartening and depressing, like when you see that kind of stuff happen.
That's why they should always take the most amount of money and not take any deals.
You know what you do when somebody calls and says that? You say, listen, Leinert, stop calling me.
Stop calling my phone asking me to borrow money, Matt.
All right. Well, Draymond Green shook off his early season struggles and is now playing his best basketball. And when talking about Draymond Green's in-season adjustment, Joe Lacob had quite the statement. He told The Athletic, I want Draymond Green to be here forever. He is a warrior as they come. In 2 games against Houston, he's averaging 14.5 points and 68.4% shooting. Draymond Green would not be Draymond Green on another team. I think we all pretty much agree on that. But he is incredibly important to the fabric of this particular organization.
Yes, he's more valuable to the Warriors than any other team in the league.
Yes.
Whereas you could argue KD is valuable, but would be more valuable to other teams than the Warriors, who could win a title and have without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a perfect example.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone talks about them as being like the skinny jean franchise or the Hamptons 5. Like he brings the toughness and edge to this team.
Yes.
But he's also kind of an energy creator.
Yes.
Like while this is Steph's team and everyone kind of follows Steph's demeanor, Draymond does bring that to this team. And when he wasn't there in Game 5, as we know, against the series with Cleveland, it ended up costing them a championship, I believe.
You know what?
But
I'm not a believer in conspiracy theories at all. I was listening to something, Joy.
I am.
So you're a conspiracy theory.
Nothing is as it seems.
You really believe like the Jeopardy guy is getting fed the answers? This hot Jeopardy guy?
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not going to discredit his streak, and like I'm sure he's very smart.
Because I believe, I don't believe any conspiracy theory ever.
None?
I don't. If you guys can tell me one and try to sell me on one, but I will tell you this. Man, does the NBA badly want Houston to win Saturday night against the Warriors. And I'm not a conspiracy person at all. But I'm watching that game the other night, and I'm thinking they cannot have a sweep in this series.
No, they're not going to sweep.
And I'm not blaming Adam Silver or anything. I'm not that guy. And believe me, I listen to sports radio. Everybody's talking about conspiracies. The NBA needs Houston to win Saturday badly.
All I'm saying is it's just because I believe in conspiracies doesn't mean I lose my mind over them. But you should always just have a healthy dose of skepticism.
Did man land on the moon?
So the Portland Trailblazers evened up their series with the Nuggets last night, 97-90. I'm just saying, just ask questions is all I'm saying. CJ McCollum led the way with 20 points, and Damian Lillard added 14. And after the loss, Jokic had this to say.
It was a weird game for us. They played extremely good. They didn't even play that good, to be honest. I mean, they can play really, better than that. So it was kind of a weird game where they more aggressive than we are.
He's absolutely right. They definitely can play better because Damian Lillard only had 14 points, and they're heading back to Portland. So they are going to play better than they did. Now, they kind of slowed Jokic down compared to game 1. He had 16 points and 14 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yeah.
So it's like slightly down, but I don't know what's going to happen when they go back to Portland. Because that is a very tough place to play.
It is. It's interesting. Damian's obviously the best player on the team. One of the things, I think Zach Collins is going to be really, really good. Really good. Portland's one of those teams. They got about 6 guys that can make buckets. And when you get Lillard and CJ and Cantor, and they all start hitting buckets, Rodney Hood, they got a lot of... Oklahoma City found out. They spread the floor. They're well coached. They get hot. They're a tough out.
I actually think CJ is kind of the key. If CJ goes off, because you know that Damian is in
Damian's
general
giving you 24
get
a
his
night,
buckets. If CJ goes off too, they're pretty unstoppable. And finally, the Cowboys won the NFC East last year, but we all know Jerry Jones wants a little more than a division title. He said the Cowboys ought to be better than they were last year, which means he's expecting better than 10-6 and going past the divisional round. He said, we have made improvements coaching-wise. We're going to do that scheme-wise. We're going to have real scheme changes on offense. That is going to improve us. Everything we were about was improving from where we were this year. There's no tangible reason we shouldn't be expected to be better than we were last year. They did change from Scott Linehan to Kellen Moore at offensive coordinator, signed Randall Cobb, and they want to see what happens with their draft. But I don't really know what they did from last year.
I think Randall Cobb's a nice addition. I will say this. Their division is better. And because I think the Giants won't be as messy as last year. Philadelphia gets Wentz back. Cowboys' schedule. Goulet, you're a Cowboy fan. Their schedule's tough this year. It's a rough.
They won their division.
Yeah, no, it's
they're for the Patriots this year.
It's funny. Like, I think the Dallas feels 9-7, and fans are outraged. But it's going to be a field goal, win or loss against Philadelphia, 10-6, 9-7. I think Dallas feels like one of the easier teams to predict. They won't be great, and they won't be bad. Philadelphia. They feel like an above-average football team in a pretty winnable division. Dallas feels so 9-7.
But what's different from last year?
That's my thing. They were 10-6 last year. I don't think they're better.
Yeah.
I don't. I think Randall Cobb's fun. I still don't think they have the tight end they need, and I think their offensive line's expensive and now not as dominant as it was. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.